Before we get started, does anyone want to get out?
Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of Avatar Rewatch. We have returned. Now, I've cleared my obligation to watch all season 1 of Justice League on Jared's channel. That is done. Now we're doing double the pleasure, double the fun. We're doing a double recording here, so we're taking care of Avatar season 2, episode 1 now, and then I'll be recording Justice League here in a moment. So yeah. So Jared, I kind of hyped up season 2 a little bit for you. I know we're just kind of in the first episode, but like, what were your overall first impressions of this episode?
So you know how last season there was this voice actress that I heard the name of and immediately recognized who she was?
Mm-hmm.
It happened again in this episode.
Let me guess, her name is Grey DeLuise.
Yes, because you know what's kind of funny? I had just watched like all the cutscenes for the Arkham games, and I'm like, is that Catwoman? Because she has that very distinctive Catwoman voice. She's actually my favorite like animated Catwoman, and I'm like, wait a second here, and I looked it up, and I was like, where have I heard this name? Where have I heard that voice before? And I was like, oh my gosh.
So we'll get more into Azula as we kind of do a recap, but. Jared, kind of give like a 30-foot overview. What was your what do you think of Azula?
I like her. I like how she plays around with her brother, how she teases him. You feel that sibling dynamic, but she's very much like on the whole following orders from her father, even if she has to spoiler alert, lock up her brother. So I'm like, oh, okay, it really shows a lot about her character and as it starts off. So it's very interesting.
Let me just say,
I like her. She's pretty cool.
So I honestly feel like the show really doesn't start until season 2.
Really?
I feel like obviously season 1 is great, but the show really doesn't find its footing until season 2. You got all the characters are in place. You know, the storyline just marches forward at a really good pace.
And I will say another thing that I really liked about this is that they basically adopted the Batman style of training you, where to make you have powers, they will attack you and do all that. They'll put you in great danger, because that happened in the Super Sons movie in Tevia. I know you're going to show up in the comments because I mentioned Super Sons, where they're trying to figure out if John has any new powers.
I'm keeping my eye on the comments.
Yeah,
even though we're recording, I would not put it past Tevya to bend space and time to somehow find himself onto our recording.
Yes. So anyway, so what happens is that Batman goes, okay, so John's powers manifested during great trauma, so it's conceivable that more powers will rise from that. So Damon just pushes John off a cliff and goes, okay, let's see if you can fly.
Yeah.
And I swear, again, this is the Batman school of training people.
Except the problem is, in this version, it doesn't really work out so well for the General now, does it?
No, that General, by the way, I recognize that voice actor as well. Hello, Chin.
Oh, we'll get into that. We'll get into that. Trust me, I'm trying to have some linearity here.
Yeah, but the point is, I recognize him as well. But it was that General was oh my gosh. I'm like, dude, I get that you want to get this war over now, but here's the thing about it. If you know the prophecy is that he's going to learn all 4 elements to beat the Fire Lord, why are you screwing around with the prophecy?
I will give you my rebuttal to that, but I want to try to do the recap of this. Mm-hmm. So this episode is called The Avatar State. Mm-hmm. And obviously this episode deals with it. We've kind of seen shades of it, but now we kind of throw off the lid and we fully explain what the Avatar State is. And so... basically, this episode kind of takes place a little bit after the end of it. They're sailing towards the Earth Kingdom, and Paku is heading south to meet Gran, and we'll kind of see more of that towards the end of season 3. I'm not going to spoil it, but they get a nice goodbye, and basically their intention is to go to Omashu and get trained by Bumi in Earthbending. And then so they kind of go to the general, who, by the way, is played by Daniel Day Kim. So here's what's special about him. I'm going to bury the lead here. So if you played Saints Row, he is Johnny Gat.
Yeah.
But to Avatar fans, what's most important, he's going to be playing the Fire Lord.
Oh, wow.
Daniel Day Kim will be playing Fire Lord Ozai in the live-action Netflix series. It's like, well, can you say #full circle?
Wow, nice.
I knew you'd appreciate that. Yeah, and so, like, he wants to use the Avatar state to defeat the war. Basically, I'm going to kind of launch into my rebuttal here, and then we'll kind of get into, like, the Zuko portion of it.
Mm-hmm.
So, from my perspective, I feel like while the general is wrong, I can totally see why he's doing this from his perspective.
Mm-hmm. I understand that. And yes, I could see that too. It's just if you know that it's guaranteed, like in terms of prophecies, that it's going to happen this way, why are you screwing around with the way it's going to happen?
Exactly.
That's my problem, because I 100% understand it, because it's a horrible war. He wants it to be over. But if it's guaranteed it's going to be, because a prophecy is not going to, because the way prophecies work is that if everything follows that line, it will happen. So my thing is that if you know it's 100% the Fire Lord's going to be defeated if Aang faces them after learning all 4 elements, why are you screwing around with that prophecy?
Exactly.
If anything, it's going to cause the opposite to happen.
Yeah, like I said, he's ultimately wrong. But from his perspective, I can see why he's doing what he's doing. And honestly, that's the beauty of Avatar.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. It gives you sort of... I'm still astounded by the way that this show does war and, like, the desperateness to end a war and stuff.
Yeah, it definitely carries a lot of nuance, and it deserves a lot of respect for that.
Mm-hmm.
So, kind of going into this, we kind of go to something where the show starts to tread ground that I think a lot of people weren't expecting. So, Jared, at the end of season 1, did you expect to see Zuko again?
Nope.
Yeah. So now we see Zuko and Iroh, and it almost seems. This is my channel, bitch.
Those that don't know, he made me rewatch the Avatar: The Last Airbender movie, so that's why I'm making fun of him for this.
In my defense, I also watched it too, so I shared in your suffering. Yeah, so now we're kind of like we're kind of starting to see like parallel storylines. What did you think like when you first saw Zuko again?
I was like, well, hello, because I honestly, if they didn't show him again in the show, it would be like okay with me, because here's the thing: in season 1, it told a complete arc for Zulo, but I'm interested.
Wait, Zulo
or Zuko? I'm sorry, I'm confused by these naming conventions. But my point is that he had a complete arc in season 1. So if they wanted to leave him on the sideline, if they wanted to leave him out of the show for the rest of the show, they could do that, and then it wouldn't be like, oh, they didn't resolve this arc. But in that being said, this makes me very intrigued to see how much farther they take the character and what they do with it.
Right. Sorry for that little jump. We had a little bit of technical difficulties there, but yeah. So, to quote Zeus, it's going to be quite a ride.
Yeah, and honestly, I know I've only seen season 1 so far, but this show has earned my trust in that if they keep a character around, it's not for wasteful reasons. They have a reason for keeping this character around. So I'm very interested to see where they take him.
Yeah, like
even at the end when he cuts off his little ponytail thing. I'm like, oh boy.
Yeah, you're trust me. You're in for quite an interesting season. I'm just gonna say that. Like this, I can't. I want to say stuff, but I'm not gonna spoil it. I want you to experience this.
I will say I love Azula. She's awesome. It's
Do
Catwoman.
Do the tides control the ship, or do I?
I love that. And just the way that voice actress delivers the lines, it sounds so sassy.
Also, what do you think about lightning generation?
Oh yeah, that's a new one. I was like, so there's lightning bending now. How is that happening, or is that going to be revealed later?
They will explain it. Also, we also see something for the first time. We see lightning redirection, which is in season 3 will become a very key thing. We'll touch upon it more in season 2, but I'm just kind of pointing stuff out. Pointing stuff out to kind of keep your eye on, like kind of things.
But in that scene, by the way, I was very entertained where she got pissed off because a single hair was out of place.
I mean, it's just kind of a character building moment. She's a perfectionist.
Yeah. I like that. And again, this was, love at first sight with the character.
Also, shout out to the General of Azula ship, or the captain, was voiced by Arnie Roth, who, if you ever played Tomb Raider 2013, is Laura's mentor, Roth. Wait, no. I got the voice actor name wrong. It's actually just Roth. I recognize the voice, is what I'm saying. What?
By Tomb Raider 2013, are you talking about one of the Square games, or is it a different one?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I was wondering.
Yeah, he's one of those actors where he's been in a lot of things, and you recognize his voice when you see him.
He's like Keith David in that way.
Just not as badass. Yeah, exactly. No one can say I played. No one can say I played the DC characters and Spawn. Yeah. I just so yeah. Overall, I think this was like a really good episode.
Yeah, I loved it.
And just an explosive start. But like, let's kind of touch upon the A plot, because we kind of talked about like the B plot a little bit. Like, so the General Fawn, he's trying to trigger the Avatar state. He's doing everything he can. And then he finally does, and by burying Katara.
I'm sensing an emotional connection to Katara. I mean, I knew it was going to happen at that point because, unfortunately, it's a story trope that, like, when the love interest is in danger, that's when the powers suddenly work.
Yes, it is a very tried and true trope, and gosh darn it, do I love it.
It's a great trope, but I'm like, if that was the one predictable part of this episode, I'm like, okay, now he's going to get into the
But you say that, like, I bet you could say that Aang had the power of love.
Well, you could say he had the power.
Yes, he certainly did.
All right, there you go.
So he did activate the Avatar state. And then Avatar Roku kind of swooped in on his dragon and kind of did like a little bit of a lore dump for you. So basically, the Avatar state is the culmination of all of his past lives, all the knowledge, all the power. It's a very powerful form. It's basically Aang Super Saiyan mode.
I am all the avatars.
Pretty much.
Reference. That's a Star Wars reference for you.
We are Team Avatar.
Iris just comes out of nowhere animated just for no reason to say I am Team Avatar. No, Katara says we are Team Avatar.
No, it's Katara, but she's wearing Iris's face crudely photoshopped on.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
By the way, I may or may not make that the thumbnail.
You need to. I was about to say that might be a good thumbnail, but yeah, I did like that. I also liked how they explain. They sort of put like limits on the whole reincarnation thing, because the idea was that if he's killed while he's in that Avatar state, that's it. That breaks the reincarnation cycle.
Yeah. So it, like Avatar Roku said, it's your greatest power, but it's also your greatest weakness.
Yeah, and I'm like, honestly, here's the thing, because season 1 hyped up the Avatar as this big badass. He is, but I like now they're like, okay, he is a badass, But wait, there's more.
But wait, there's more.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, I like how they did, because again, I like how the show retcon stuff, because this is kind of a retcon, but the show does it in a way that's not like, the hell did that come from?
Yep. And then we also see some more of his past lives that we'll see. We saw Avatar Kyoshi, we saw Avatar Kurok, Avatar Yang Chen, and another Avatar that I can't remember his name, but he's featured in there.
Mm-hmm. Nice. I liked too, seeing all different avatars doing their powers, but they did their powers. They were like gods.
Yep, you'll see more of this. It gets pretty good.
That was my favorite part of the episode, just seeing how ridiculously powerful because really season 1, except for him turning into a kaiju to fight the fleet, they didn't really show how powerful the Avatar is. And in that like a couple of seconds, they were like, no, this is what Aang is going to be able to do.
Jared, I'm just gonna say this. You are going to really love Avatar Kyoshi solely based on the woman who voices her.
Ooh, is it someone that I've heard her voice before?
You will hear the voice and you will instantly squeal in joy.
All right, tell me ahead of time when we're covering the episode she's in, so I can pay extra attention.
I know exactly the episode. I just can't remember the name of it right now.
No, but in what week are we going to cover it?
It's coming up. It's this season.
Okay, good. Just want to make sure. So warn me the week before so I can like listen to it, and then I'll DM you on Twitter saying, I know who this is.
You are going to be very happy.
Awesome. I can't wait. Again, and by the way, again, so for refresher, I'm seeing all this for the first time, and again, not a bad start for a season, honestly.
Yeah. So Jared, what would you on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate this?
10.
Oh.
It handled retcons perfectly, and it had Catwoman in it, so I can't like I can't not. That gets extra points for me as a DC fan, and you got to see really like what a beast the avatars are. So it's giving you a preview to the end of the show when Aang is this badass.
I just can't wait till the thing is Azula is like actually the main villain of the season, and actually season 2 to an extent. So like honestly, most of your ratings are going to be like so weighted.
Yeah, because I just love her so much. She's awesome. Now I know, like, the two characters that you guys said I would love is Toph and Azula, and now you're already half right. So there you go.
Oh wait, yeah, we haven't even met Toph yet. Oh,
this is gonna be awesome. I like it. Yeah. So I'm sorry.
The Boulder is anticipating this episode.
I mean, the boulder, that's the only piece of rock that the Earthbenders can move in the Avatar movie when they're literally being held prisoner in a rock quarry.
All right, give yourself an FF bar for that.
Yeah, okay. Where is it? I don't think I have it downloaded on my account. I'll tell you what, I'll give this.
That works.
Okay, but I'm sorry, brother. I didn't mean to interrupt you. How would you rate this episode?
I would rate it an 8 out of 10. It's extremely solid. I don't like how it's kind of a little bit small scale. I mean, this is just really this is the opener. It's putting the pieces on the board. It's positioning everyone. It's kind of getting everything going.
Foreshadowing up the yin yang.
Oh! You have no idea. So yeah, it's good, solid, a really good opening to the season.
I enjoyed it. Yeah. So yeah, I'm very. If this is what I can expect in terms of like concepts and like quality for season 2, I think it's gonna be a fun season.
Mm-hmm. So, any final thoughts, Jared?
Awesome! I can't wait to see more Catwoman. So we've already had a Batman-like scene and a Catwoman-like scene. If someone shows up that has a magic cord or someone that flies and shoots laser out of their eyes, I'm gonna freak out.
Also, I'm gonna be kind of like really disgusting here for a moment. So Zuko is the blue spirit, which is the Avatar version of Batman.
Oh no! That's the Jeff Loeb Ultimates Volume 1 with Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver.
By the way, in between episodes, I'm actually going to show you a recording from like the voice actors for the characters. That's gonna make you like, oh my god, you're gonna love. You're gonna like, oh, you're
Awesome.
gonna face bomb so bad.
Awesome.
All right. So this has been Nick from the Phoenix Press, and remember, I can only show you the door. You're the ones to walk through it.